Hey everybody, this is Mike, and this will be my Leviathan Extreme guide. I'm obviously playing my monk, and this will be more of a nice little tips and tricks for monks, I guess, for this. The first, I want to say it's 10%. You don't get a shot at it. You only get the flank, so whatever, not that big of a deal. So just use your flank combo, and then the first time he dives. I always try to position myself right in the center when I'm expecting a slam, which I guess is that skill that he just used. Just because if you watch, if you position yourself so that you're in the middle and you're facing one way, if you don't see him pop up, you know that he's slamming from behind you. And then this is the ads. Pretty easy. These ones aren't too big of a deal. Blow whatever you want on them, really. I guess if you're worried about your group's DPS, maybe save cooldowns for the single ad. But ours was real good, and thus I don't really save anything. One thing I will say, so as a monk, you can hit either target. You can hit it the head or the tail. Obviously, again, the head, you don't get a shot at its. You can't get the auto crits with your boot shine because you don't get a shot at the rear. It'll be flank only. But the tail you actually can, which I did not know, and I think I may have accidentally had myself in the wrong position when I tried a boot shine on it, and then I kind of was under the impression that you couldn't. But anyways, we'll get back to that later. I like to be at the head for this part of the fight because that is the side that the single caster head will come on. He always jumps onto the head side. We have our off tank, which is a paladin, run over and stun lock that ad. And I think that's the best and safest way to handle that. So here I charge back over. What I've been doing and what I kind of like to do is dot up the head a little bit, and then charge over to the tail if I've got a shoulder charge up. I think there's a couple of times here where I just walked across, and I don't know that that's really worth it. You lose a lot of skills by doing that. And the big bubbles there that were targeting me, I try to run the lengthwise out of the ship so that everybody's got kind of an out, so that they can dodge well and not be hit by those. So that's one thing that I've noticed a lot playing my monk in here is they seem to target me quite a bit. And I don't actually know if it's completely random how they select people or if it's like a proximity. I feel like it's proximity just because I get targeted so much, but again, I'm not 100% sure. So here's the next major. I don't know if I'd say it's probably, I guess it's kind of a DPS check, is the Geyer Spooms. And probably my biggest recommendation would be to pick your kill order on these. Every time one of them, obviously they all have to die, but every time one of them dies, it explodes. So you'll see right there, just did splash 1,000 damage to me. I guess I wasn't looking. I kind of feel like I must have had a scholar shield on or something because I think those do a lot more. So there we go. See the Grand Falls actually hit me that time. Which there's the crummy thing about Grand Fall is if you get hit by it, it puts a heavy on you, which makes it quite a bit harder to dodge. I got kind of lucky, but I blew my shoulder tackle there just so I knew for sure that I wasn't gonna get body slammed by the head there, which is also a neat little trick if you're too close to the edge and the railings are gone. If there's even if you think you might even there's a chance that you fall off, you can shoulder tackle the head and you'll stay on the ship. So kind of a neat little trick that I learned. The dives seem much more predictable than they used to be, and here we almost failed. We hit the button right as we needed to. So if you look over on the elemental conversion there, I believe it needs to be at like around 24 for sure to live. Don't quote me. Like, I've seen a couple of videos claim that you need to be at 30%, and that's not true. I know we've done it quite a bit lower than that. This time we got our spooms done really fast, and I believe the converter ended up being at like 38. So we were way above where we needed to be, but that doesn't always happen. So again, so here's at the tail. Obviously, this actually is the flank, but between me and the tank is actually where you can boot shine from and get your auto crits. That actually does count as the rear. So if you look at, I guess if you try to visualize Leviathan's face as obviously its head, and then basically where the face would be, quote unquote face, on the actual tail is technically quote unquote the rear. So again, if you're a dragoon, you can pop your dot combo off at that spot, and monks can get our boot shine and our demolish rear damage bonus there. Now again, for this video, I didn't. I basically did flank moves and flank combo the entire time, just because I wouldn't say ill-informed. I made the wrong assumption. So anyways, one thing though that I like to do a lot, like I said earlier, is I like to dot up the head and the tail. It's kind of what summoners do in here too, to get off a little bit more damage. I'm guessing a bard could probably get away with it too. Just pop off your wind bite and venomous. Well, I'm drawing a blanks here on bard skills. I guess the only thing I would say in doing that, you can really change the timing of these phases by doing that kind of stuff. Like there's times here where we're doing spooms, and he's doing he'll be doing dashes and stuff. So you can, if your DPS is too fast, it just changes phases a little bit, and it can get a little screwy on you. But anyway, so we black mage limit break, or caster limit break, however you want to say it, the last set of spooms here, which is pretty common. It's not something that you need to do, but again, it's the most common way to do it. And then the what are these things? The water spoons, little blue water ball things. Our off tank gathers them all up, and then he'll run them to a side, and then they'll blow up. So you just generally want to stay away from them. And I always try to position myself for the slam. I always try to push, get myself kind of towards the edge of the platform. And as you get a little more experienced in the fight, you'll know kind of where to be at. But I let when I slide, I queue up my touch of death right away, so that as I'm sliding past the head, I'll touch of death it, just to get the dot started, get the dot ticking. These things, they just cover the whole place. We got kind of lucky here. It's a good thing that dash ended up being on that side, because that could have been crummy. And I want to say we had 100% on that elemental conversion there. To me, it doesn't seem like you take any less damage. I could be wrong. There could be a slight damage reduction based on what the converter actually has, but I haven't noticed a bit of a difference. And then here's the last caster ad. So again, same as the first time. Off tank should pick it up and stun lock it. Obviously, you as a monk are going to want to avoid stuns, because you can mess with the off tanks stuns. Obviously, shield bash is much better stun than our shoulder tackle or steel peak. So let them do the stunning and save yours for the tail, like I just did there. But that is honestly, that's about it for his mechanics. It's a really fun fight. In all honesty, I really like this fight. It's definitely my favorite of all of the of all the primals. Extreme modes anyway. Boom.
That would go super hard.
So yeah, again, you know, not much else to say about it. I want to say I'm parsing around two. I think my best was like 260, and that's still with just like flank combos. So I have not yet even tried a full just staying on the tail the entire time. But you know, I just don't know that you need to. That's the other thing. This is, like I said, you can really screw with the phases by frankly DPSing too fast. So, you know, whatevs. That's Leviathan Extreme right there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.
No, that's the barding one, I think.
Oh, two stuff drop.
Oh.